Hey everybody, I'm Randy from elder-geek.com, and with me I've got Kim Jørgensen from Interstellar Marines. Kim, welcome.
Hi, Randy.
Tell us about Interstellar Marines. How did the project start?
It's kind of the dream game for us. It's the game we've always missed playing, first-person shooters rigorously. It actually started when Nikolai and I, my fellow creative partner, played a game from Psygnosis back in '93 called Hired Guns. And it was on the Amiga and featured a split-screen co-op where you had a mouse each and you clicked the screen to move. And it was pretty early in the FPS days, but it had inventory, had a kind of a cool story, and we were mercenaries from hell doing various stuff. So an idea was spawned to create the ultimate co-op game. It was back when we watched too much Aliens and too much science fiction about aliens and star systems and, space travel and all that. Back then, a small idea was formed that has grown since then. And I guess more and more ideas started evolving, and in 2002, I think, I wrote the initial game design and manuscript for the game, and it slowly progressed from there.
Have you guys given yourself a timeline for completion yet? Or is it just one of these projects that when it's going to be done, when it's done?
Yeah, when it's done, it's done. It all depends on the amount of support we're getting. Obviously, right now we're taking steps to progress the inner core of the game and have a lot of fun with the community while doing that. And hopefully the more of the game we get done, the more people will purchase it. And then it's just a matter of time. It'll be in the hands of everybody.
So far in the development process, what has been the biggest obstacle? I know that there was a transition at one point from one third-party engine, and now you're working with the Unity engine. Was that one of the biggest obstacles?
Yeah, the biggest stick in the wheel for us was actually having a private group of investors that was hit fairly hard by the financial crisis back in 2008. And that geared with we had an opportunity because back then in the Unreal, we had a cool co-op demo, and we had spent a lot of resources developing a tactical multiplayer that was kind of fresh and that we would love to share with the community in trying to get some support and generate some revenue. But at the time, it was impossible to publicly or commercially release something on the engine we used because it was required for us to pay a traditional commercial license, which was very expensive. And unfortunate for us, 8 months later, there was an indie version of the engine, but that was too late for us. We had already had to look at different ways to build our game, and we fell in love with the Unity engine because one of our programmers had worked with it, and it started off with us being fairly hesitant about the potential of Unity. But we had a meeting with the guys over at Unity, and they assured us that the type of AAA quality features that we were going for, that you would get in traditional engines, that was on their drawing board for future updates. And we trust them and have seen ever since with their release of 3.0 and lately 3.2 that they're right up there with the biggest. So we're glad that it's Unity now, and it allows us to share what we have with everybody without focusing so much about paying a lot of license fees.
Now, you were talking about co-op experience, about how that was a very important feature of this game. Now, explain to us what you mean by a true co-op experience.
True op means that you don't have to install a patch to get it, like Eliot's Predator actually had a patch, a mod group created, or somebody created a patch for Half-Life. It's out-of-the-box co-op. It's not a tag-on, so it's the same experience and story you get in the single-player mode. We want to have that available off the start with up to 3 of your friends, so it's built-in co-op. We actually have the story centered around allowing, 4 people, 3 people, 2 people, and even 1 to get kind of a unique experience depending on what type of co-op party you got going.
That's excellent. Now, how is the matchmaking going to work? Is there going to be a friends list, or is it going to have all the bells and whistles of most co-op games?
Yeah, it's early days, but obviously we're going to do our best to make the initial co-op interaction as intuitive as absolutely possible.
This might still be up in the air, so it would be wonderful if you knew the answer to this one. But what's the target length for your single-player campaign? Or for the campaign in general?
I mean, it's quite easy for us to say because I haven't talked that much about the inner workings of the game, but we are looking to focus on creating a 6 to 8 hour experience depending on how much you go into exploration and all the skill systems and stuff like that. And
right.
it comes down to, playing co-op games. It kind of tends to be irritating when you're starting up on Friday and you haven't finished by Saturday night. And so for us, it's important that rather focus a lot of attention on replay value and things that enhance playing the game again and again and again in terms of non-linearity and open-ended level designs and multiple ways to progress through the game instead of focusing on creating a long game, because most co-op games kind of fail if they're too long. It's tough to break up a cool co-op experience. I'd rather just play through it from Friday to Saturday morning and then play it again Saturday evening to Sunday once we got a little bit of sleep.
Yeah, kind of like Contra used to be. It was a great, fun little, bite-sized kind of game, or even Left 4 Dead now, where people can get together and play it for one episode and then be kind of done with it. So that's good. That's wonderful. Now, why is it so important for you guys to stay independent?
it's kind of because what we're trying to do with the first-person genre, the things we want to do to evolve it, is not necessarily popular with a publisher. I'm not saying that that's the reason why we've been unable to sign deals with publishers. We've actually gotten quite far with publishers, but all meetings we had, it always ended up with a green light and draft for a contract and due diligence that would take everything away from us, and the offers were just not that good to. So right now it's about staying independent, being true to creating the exact type of experience we want to do, and hopefully a lot of people will buy the game. But it all comes down to what we're trying to do, and yeah. So if you want to talk about that, let's dive into that.
Makes perfect sense to me. I mean, if you've got a goal set in mind and if you've got a product set in mind, you don't want to have more people tossing in their ideas and creating the game that they want. I mean, this is your baby. You want to have it come out the way you want it to.
Right.
Okay. Now, currently, people can sort of demo the game, or I guess you guys are calling them prototypes, both on interstellarmarines.com and on Congregate.
Yep.
Is the final product going to be playable that way as well, or is this a installable on hard drives only kind of thing?
Again, it's early days. The initial ideas we have, obviously, the commitment we have towards our spearheads and frontliners is to make it available either which way they want on PC and Mac, which means that if they want to download 8 gigs or 10 gigs, whatever the final install size is going to be, or play it in a browser, if that technology progresses forward enough, then that is going to be available to them. But obviously we want to have it available on Steam as well, and even consoles, and then it all comes back to trying to live up to the commitment we have towards spearheads and frontliners. So they will get it on PC and Mac, and if they want it on consoles, it's probably going to have to be some kind of rebate system or whatever we can arrange.
Right. Okay, now final question, then I'll let you get going. When the product is finalized and you're completed, is this a project that you plan on kind of continuing adding on to, or do you already have other ideas that you want to snowball once this one's done?
Oh, this is our Star Wars. This is us taking what we've learned from arcade shooters like Half-Life and Fear in terms of being easy to learn, hard to master, and having a good learning curve, mixing that up with cool tactical elements like military realism, full-blown tactical arsenal of extension ammunition types, controlled by role-playing mechanics for training your weapon and your character. And it all goes to create the ultimate co-op experience inside a world, a future where mankind has colonized most of the solar system, and you as the special forces are slowly being mixed up in the first contact with another sentient species as realistically as we can possibly make it. And we want to make it so immersive that it feels like you're jacked into the Matrix, and when you jack out, you'll be wiping the blood from your mouth. So that's the...
No, that's really wonderful. Honestly, I think everybody should check it out. It's interstellarmarines.com, and I don't think people realize this. I mean, maybe most gamers do realize this, but gamers vote with their wallets. And if they want more original games to be coming out, they need to be supporting original developers, and they need to be supporting original ideas. So I truly feel, and elder-geek.com as a whole truly feels that games like Interstellar Marines and Minecraft and Amnesia are necessary for video games as a whole to stay fresh and alive. That's why I feel that Interstellar Marines is really going to be that next game.
Oh, I love you, Randy. Thanks.
Absolutely. Kim, thank you so much for joining us, and everybody check out interstellarmarines.com, and you can also play a demo of it on congregate.com, and of course, again, we'll throw up links for everything down below. All right, take care, everybody.
Yeah, bye.